talk about transportation by water or water transportation in two ways. We've just finished the first one, which is inland transportation, and now we're talking about ocean navigation. Ocean navigation involves transportation by oceans and seas using ship, oil tankers, etc. to move people, goods, and goods from one place to another within a country or between countries. Talking about international navigation in this case. Now, what are the advantages associated with ocean navigation? One, ocean is free for all nations to use. So we cannot say that we don't have ocean here, so we cannot embark on ocean navigation. It is free for all nations to use. Irrespective of where you come from, you can pass through the ocean with your ship and get to wherever you're going to. Now, another advantage is that it is used to move bulky goods from one country to another. Can't count the number of cars that are shipped into a country through the ocean. So that's an advantage, and it is relatively safe. And finally, cost of construction and maintenance is low. The water or the sea is already there. You don't construct the sea, unlike the road. You need to construct the road or the rail. Transportation by train, you need to construct the railway and all those stuff. Now the sea is already in place. All you do is to bring your ship and you begin to move. So the cost of construction and maintenance is low. Now, what disadvantage does it have? One, it is slowest means. It is the slowest means of transportation. Some people stay several months in the sea to complete one journey. That's slow. That's a disadvantage. And the cost of acquiring a ship, of course, is high. To acquire one ship, you need several millions of naira. And there's lack of technical know-how in ship maintenance in most of the developing countries. So those are disadvantages. There are some major ocean routes in the world, and some of them include the North Atlantic routes, the Panama Canal route, the Trans-Pacific routes, the South African or the Cape routes, and we also have the South Atlantic route. So these are some of the major ocean routes in the world where transportation by ocean or ocean navigation take place. Now let's consider air transportation. Air transportation is the fastest and most expensive means of transportation. It involves the use of helicopters, jets, aeroplanes, and rockets to move people and goods from one place to another by air. Advantages include it's very fast. As a matter of fact, the fastest means of transportation, and it uses direct routes. It can also catch any place provided there is a landing facility. And it can carry valuable and perishable goods. Finally, it is very comfortable. Traveling by air, very comfortable. Now, let's see its disadvantages. One is that it is expensive to operate. It is also expensive in terms of charges, and it could easily be affected by bad weather. Severally, some persons have had to cancel their trip because of the condition of the weather. To avoid any mishap, a trip must be cancelled. So this is a disadvantage associated with transportation by air. Now, why have we studied, or why do we need to look at transportation? Why do we study transportation? What role does it play in our economic development? Now, transportation plays the following roles in economic development of any given country. It enhances the movement of goods and services. By transportation, goods manufactured in the northern part of a country can be transported or moved to the southern part of the country. And people also are conveyed from one part to another, maybe for business activities, for academic activities, social activities, and the likes. Now, transportation also enhances national and international trade. It also enhances the opening up of new lands and areas. You can look at an area that is less exposed or opened up. Once there is a construction of road passing through that area, making accessibility easy, you discover that many things begin to open up as well as a result of this. So that is an important role which transportation has done now to the economic development of the country or a given country. Now there is national integration. By transportation, people are moved from one part to another, from one place to another, and this enhances integration. Someone from the east coming to the west, and someone from the west going to the east, integrating, coming together. This is made possible, or these are made possible as a result of transportation. Now there is diffusion of ideas and technology. By moving one person from one place to another, and the idea he had and the technology he had is also moved with him to the new place or the new destination of his. And at that place, it is shared, it is distributed. So there is diffusion, movement of ideas as well, from one place to another. And now there is generation of revenue. It will marvel you to know the amount of money that you can make if you go into transportation. So that alone has generated revenue for the country. And many people have gained employment as a result of transportation. So these are some of the roles transportation has played in the economic development of a country. However, there are some problems of transportation. This could be physical factors and they could be human factors. Let's look at the physical factors. One, physical factors serving as problem of transportation include: one, the presence of highlands. When there are presence of highlands, construction of roads and rail becomes difficult. So that is a physical factor. Now, distance. It is very difficult to construct roads from one country to another because of distance. Even if it is possible, but it is very irksome, time consuming, money consuming, and all of that. Now, presence of marshy areas. Marshy areas makes construction of roads, construction of airports, construction of railways difficult. due to their nature. Also presence of rivers. It will entail construction of bridges, which will mean more monies need to be pumped into the project for such to be achieved. Now let's look at the human factors. Human factors affecting transportation include lack of capital. If there's no capital to construct a road or to construct an airport or a seaway, that is a problem. Also, there's lack of technical know-how. If the capital is present, but the technical know-how is not there, there is no way that project can be achieved. Now, let's look at ways of enhancing transport development. 1. By expansion of road networks to rural areas, by training of transport personnel, and by improvement on the transport facilities that are on ground in our country. Now let's talk about industries. Manufacturing industries or industry is defined as the turning of raw materials into new or finished products by either mechanical or chemical processes at home or in a factory.